Rosa Parks was a quiet storm of courage. A woman whose voice spoke louder in silence than others could shout in a lifetime. She was small in height but giant in spirit. Strong enough to shake the walls of injustice in a world where equality was only a dream. She dared to live it. She dared to demand it. She dared to say no when the world told her to obey. She did not look like a warrior, but history knows her as one of the bravest soldiers ever born. The story begins in Alabama, where the heavy heat of the sun could not burn hotter than the cruelty of segregation. Black people were expected to bow their heads, walk in the shadows, stay quiet, and accept a life designed for them by those who believed in the lie of superiority. This was the world. Rosa Parks opened her eyes into a world where freedom was divided by the color of skin, where drinking from the wrong water fountain could bring punishment, and where sitting in the wrong place could lead to arrest. Cruelty was a daily companion, yet Rosa grew with a heart filled with the fire of justice. She learned early that the world does not change for those who wait, it changes for those who stand even when sitting seems easier. She watched her grandfather guard the house at night, a shotgun in his hands, ready to protect his family from the threats of the Klan. She learned that bravery was not a choice but a necessity. She learned that silence could be the loudest scream of dignity. She learned that respect is something every soul deserves regardless of how the world sees them. As she grew older, Rosa found a partner who believed in the same dream. Her husband, Raymond Parks, was brave and outspoken, fighting for the rights of black men, unjustly accused and sentenced. He encouraged Rosa to join the journey for equality together. They stepped into the movement knowing the risks, knowing that standing for justice meant making enemies in power. But they continued because fear cannot win when truth stands tall. Rosa Parks worked as a seamstress, stitching clothes by day, stitching courage into her heart by night. She joined the NAACP, writing down stories of injustice, stories of black girls hurt by white men without justice, stories of families broken by hate, stories of lives crushed under racism. Each story cut deeper than the last. Each one was a reminder this country needed change, and someone had to push for it. Then came the day that changed the world. The day she became the symbol of resistance. December 1st, 1955. The sun was setting, the bus was crowded, the rule was cruel. Black passengers must give up their seats to white passengers. Rosa was tired, not from work but from injustice. She paid for her seat. She followed every rule society forced upon her, yet she was still treated like she did not belong. The driver told her to stand. She looked inside her soul and found a strength that could not be broken. She stayed seated, and with one simple word she changed history. She said no. That no echoed through generations, that no shook the pillars of segregation, that no made the oppressors tremble. She was arrested and taken away like a criminal, but in that moment, she became a global hero. The world later called her the mother of the civil rights movement. But that night, she was simply a woman who refused to be humiliated one more day. Her courage became the spark that ignited a burning fire of freedom. News of her arrest spread like wildfire. The black community had endured enough. They were tired of paying for injustice. They were tired of being mistreated. They were tired of being told they were less. Martin Luther King Jr., a young pastor, stepped forward with a voice ready to change the future. Together with local leaders, they formed the Montgomery bus boycott. They decided to stop giving money to a system designed to oppress them. For 381 days, black citizens walked miles to work, walked miles to school, walked miles to survive. But they refused to step onto buses that treated them as less than human. Rosa Parks became the light that led this movement. Her bravery was fuel for thousands who felt invisible. Finally, they were seen. Finally, they were fighting back without violence, without hate, but with unity and strength. Streets were filled with footsteps of hope. Every walk to work was a march for equality. Every painful mile on foot was a message to the oppressor: we will walk until justice lets us ride with honor. The government tried to silence them, the police threatened them, the white population raged against them. But the boycott grew stronger, the risk grew bigger, the dream grew louder, and Rosa stood firm even as fear surrounded her from every corner. Her life became harder. She lost her job. She faced harassment, she faced threats, but she never regretted the moment she said no, because sometimes the smallest action holds the biggest power. Finally, justice answered. After more than a year of struggle, the Supreme Court ruled segregation on buses unconstitutional. The walls of discrimination began to fall. The movement celebrated the taste of victory, and the name Rosa Parks became a symbol etched into the heart of America. A symbol of a woman who fought racism without raising a fist. Her resistance became a gift for every future generation. But her journey did not end there. She continued fighting for civil rights. She moved to Detroit to escape harassment. She helped young people find their purpose. She spoke to crowds. She inspired movements. She encouraged the world to chase freedom. She became a global icon but never asked for praise. She always said she was just tired of giving and tired of being stopped by fear, tired of a world that did not recognize equality. She walked with humility, but left footprints that shook the earth. And heart deserves freedom. Every voice deserves respect. Every seat belongs to whoever sits in it. When she passed away in 2005, the world stood still. Her body was placed in honor in the United States Capitol, a tribute reserved for heroes, a tribute she earned without sword, without crown, without army, only courage. Her final journey was surrounded by tears, gratitude, and deep respect from presidents, from children, from dreamers, from those who believed in equality, because she helped build that dream. Her legacy beats inside every person who refuses to accept injustice. Her story is a reminder that transformation begins with a single step or a single seat. Her name will forever live in the pages of history, not as a woman who caused trouble, but as a woman who created change. She fought not with anger but with dignity, not for attention but for freedom, not for herself but for every soul that ever felt lesser. Every time someone takes a stand against discrimination, Rosa Parks lives again. Every time a person refuses to let racism win, Rosa Parks rises. Every time a heart chooses equality over hate, Rosa Parks shines. She showed that bravery can look calm, that strength can sit quietly, that power can come from a soft voice saying no more. And now, as generations grow with her story in their blood, they understand that the world bends to those who refuse to break. They understand that courage does not wait for permission. They understand that heroes are not always people who fight in wars. Sometimes they are people who sit quietly so humanity can stand loudly. Rosa Parks was the spark that lit the flame. She was the stillness that shook the earth. She was the stillness that shook the earth. She was the 22-seated woman who made the whole world rise.